Welcome to Cruising with the Mayor with Mayor Touchberry. This is our August episode. It's a little later than last 2 months because, we had to reschedule our town council. We'd like to push this out the Friday after town council. But Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining me on another Cruising with the Mayor.
No, I'm excited. Thank you for having me. And yes, I hope everyone fared well in the storm. We did have to push our meeting out 1 week just to make sure everybody was taken care of. Our public safety folks were helping those throughout the community, as well as our streets and stormwater with cleanup. I think we are in much better position today than we were last week on Friday. So excited to have you guys with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. And the storm, it caused a lot of flooding in the town, and really it was a rough situation for us as a community. How do you think the town handled the storm as it came through, from our public safety to our community members?
Well, I think what was really great, the Dorchester County has a new emergency operations center, which brings all the key stakeholders, each municipality, our public safety folks, along with our streets folks, all together under one roof where we can collaborate and share resources to kind of respond to our citizens' needs at the time. They had an actual storm scenario, dry run, several weeks ago. They called it Hurricane Dexter, but it was a fake exercise to prepare our folks. I think the timing of that was great. It was all ahead of the storm. It helped us think through things. In speaking with our stormwater manager, I found that some of the areas that are our most problem areas, they actually didn't experience as bad a flooding as they could have based on the amount of rain we received, which means that, several areas were much better prepared for the storm event. There was some additional infrastructure put in place in some of the problem areas as well that proved to help. So I'm very excited that went well. When it comes to our first responders and our public safety officials, man, they were spot on at taking care of our folks, closing roads when they became unsafe and impassable. And, our fire and rescue folks participated with multiple different jurisdictions in helping folks who needed water rescues. And I'm just so thankful for their preparation. Something that you and I talked about on one of our videos was it appeared that our community members really watched out for their neighbors, as well as I believe they were prepared for this storm event, and they really responded well. So kudos to each of our community members, as well as our heartfelt gratitude for the staff that worked around the clock to make sure we were safe. So I know that's probably more than you wanted to hear. But I get excited about that because, this is a moment that you prepare for and hope you don't have to really participate in. But when a storm comes, it's nice to know that we have folks ready to help our community.
I love that. And I agree. And fingers crossed, knock on wood, we don't have to deal with another storm this year. But if we do, please just keep your eyes open, watch the media, watch our social medias, and make sure you guys are prepared for if another storm comes, because we are still in the heart of hurricane season. So but let's dig into the council meeting last night that took place. The first thing I want to touch base on is we did recognize the Doty Park Racketeer junior tennis team because they won states.
They did. I think it's the 14U Racketeers.
Yes.
They were undefeated this season and won state, representing the best of Somerville and elevating our tennis brand statewide. So kudos to them. It was great to be able to recognize those young athletes that have prepared so hard, and their families were there. And I know it's a family effort when it comes to those types of sports.
Absolutely. And Somerville is a big sports town in the first place, and so we love our sports here. But I definitely super excited, and I'm excited to see those kiddos continue to grow within their sport and their skill grow as they get older as well. So we got some tennis competition here in town.
No doubt about it. It's exciting.
Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the conversation on the millage that went down. Can you dig into that a little bit more for our community?
Yes, absolutely. So every 5 years, there is a reassessment period on property taxes, and we are at that mark. As you know, through our updates here on this podcast, that we did approve our budget in June, our operating budget, because it goes from July 1 to June 30th. We approved our operating budget at 66 mills based on the information that we had. Now that we go through reassessment, we do what is considered a rollback calculation and an evaluation of CPI, Consumer Price Index, and growth, and look at whether or not the millage potential increase based on property value revenue going up, its value increasing, if that is something that is out of line with state law. So we went through that process last night. Through reassessment, properties at the maximum can go up 15% in value, and that's for every 5 years. Technically, that's less than 3% a year if you are annualizing the property value increase. I know several properties probably throughout the counties have increased by more than that, but it is limited to 15%. Council last night, with a lot of discussion and a lot of various reasons, decided to keep the millage rate that was established in our budget ordinance in June the same, holding that millage rate, not increasing it to where it could have been, but also not rolling it back. A lot of the factors for this include the many needs that our citizens communicate to us, especially improvements to our sidewalk and pedestrian network, just the cost of doing business. As you know, inflation has outpaced the reassessment value by a significant margin. And our citizens require a high level of service, and we wanted to make sure we didn't have any service failure. We wanted to make sure that we also could take care of some of the unknowns that are in front of us. We had a cyber attack that many of you are aware of. We're not sure exactly what recommendations may come in the after-action reports for that. We also just had a large storm event, and we're going to need to invest in some of our storm drainage improvements. So there's a lot of unknowns. The council, majority of council, felt it was prudent to hold the line and the reassessment, hold the line on the millage rate through the reassessment process, and that will be forwarded to our counties.
The other thing I want to discuss is there was a conversation on our boards and the amount of appointees and our board members. Can you dig into that a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our council members requested that we basically standardize how our citizen volunteer boards and commissions are selected. The council as a whole agreed with that, and there'll be future ordinance changes that we'll have 2 readings on to kind of solidify that. But the intent is that each council member for every board will have one appointee that they can recommend and be confirmed by council, and the mayor will have one as well. So the boards and commissions will have 7 members appointed by each council member and the mayor, but confirmed by all of council. Okay, that makes sense. And so that has to go through 2 readings, you said, right? Yes, sir.
Okay.
That does.
Okay. And for the sake of cruising with the mayor, is there anything else you would like to share in regards to the month of August and July, or the council meeting last night?
Well, the council meeting last night was a really good council meeting. You referenced the fact that we had a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
And I just want to pause and say what a blessing it is to be in a community where we air different ideas and different opinions. We go through a vote and come out on the other side as respectful partners, trying to do what's best for the town. That encourages me when I see kind of the national political climate.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful that our community values mutual respect so much. And I thank our council members for representing what I believe to be the best of Summerville. In regards to the month of August, school is back.
It is.
That's an exciting time for our students and our teachers, but I just urge everybody to be patient. There is an increase of traffic. There are more kids on the sides of roads waiting for buses. Please watch out for everybody. Take care of yourself. Be patient. We have new drivers on the road going to school. So just recognize that it's a new rhythm as we move into school year. Of course, fall sports are starting. Football games are going to be happening. Friday night lights here in the big town of Summerville is a big deal for our Dorchester School District 2 and Pinewood Panthers and other folks. So enjoy this rhythm, enjoy this season. And I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no, and Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for taking the time and going on another cruise in the golf cart for Cruising with the Mayor for the month of August. But yeah, to the community, thank you so much for all your continued support and kind words when it comes to Cruising with the Mayor. We have found that this is a really unique way to get information to you guys in a more digestible way, and there's no better way to get it to you than from our mayor. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you so much.
Yes,
and until next time, thank you.
See you guys.